Hey, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel again. Today we're gonna make a Steamboat Willie cake and I'm really excited. My husband loves Steamboat Willie and it's even his ringtone, but this is for a woman, it's her birthday and apparently she loves Steamboat Willie. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it's the original Disney Mickey Mouse. It's from a little black and white cartoon and you'll probably recognize it if you see it, but it's really cute. So I'm excited to make a classic Disney Mickey Mouse themed cake. We've got most of our Mickey Mouse done and he's looking pretty cute. He's looking pretty strong too because I've got the wire in there. Next thing I'm going to make is the steering wheel from the boat. I like to find some clip art offline and print it off in different sizes just so I can see which size I like. And in this case, I like the bigger one for sure. So I'll cut it out and we'll start making that. All right, it's cut out and I wasn't exactly precise. I didn't get in all the nitty-gritty details because I'm just gonna make this a more simple steering wheel. And I am going to use my X-Acto knife to cut out the squares on the inside. Everybody needs an X-Acto knife. They're amazing and can be used for a million different things. I also extended each of the spokes just a little bit because I wanted to make it just a little bit bigger without going through the trouble of reprinting another size. So here we go. Steering wheel is cut out and we're ready to make the fondant. For this, I want to give it a little bit of a contrast, so I'm going to make it gray. And in order to make gray fondant, you'd think that to make the color gray, you would just use white and put a little bit of black in it, but actually that turns it into a light purple. And so you always want to add a little tiny touch of brown. Always use a tiny bit of brown with your black and you'll be able to make some gray. So we're gonna do that. All right, if you noticed, I've been making these well ahead of time from the cake and over a few days because they take time. It takes time for it to dry and harden and they last a lot longer than the cake will. So get them done ahead of time because they're always the most stressful part. Get them done, out of the way, and drying, because that's really important, and then start working on baking the cake, stacking the cake, and things like that. And then when it comes time to put everything together, it's easy, because then you're just sticking them in the cake. So this, I started his body first, and I let it harden and dry, and then I did his head to make sure it's all hard, and now I've done the wheel, which I like, and I also did this strip of fondant, and I cut out some wire and I pressed the wire into this strip. Now this strip is going to go on the back of the wheel to be its support system. So this will be hard and dry and then I'm going to put this on the back and then it's going to go into the cake to hold it up nice. So here's something to know. When you work with fondant, fondant will never get as hard as the really hard, as as gum paste. Okay, there's fondant and then there's gum paste. And fondant will always be edible and tasty and kids can eat it and it's still nice and chewy and delicious and sweet. But they never get really hard. If you need something that's going to get really hard and last, especially if you're making flowers or things like that, then you need to make gum paste. And gum paste is just as easy to make. The difference is gum paste needs an ingredient that is not sold at your normal grocery store. It needs Thai loose powder. You can get it at Amazon, I'm sure, or any cake supply store. But it uses powdered sugar, Thai loose powder, and something else, I think egg whites. Anyway, that gets really hard, but it's not tasty to eat. My kids said it's kind of yucky and it gets so hard it could chip your tooth if you try to eat it. So the fun part is you made it and it's edible. You can always tell people it's edible, but I always make sure that they know that this is gum paste, even though it is edible, and I did hand make it with my own hands. It's not something I bought. It's not something that they're gonna wanna eat. So that's why I love making fondant, especially on things like kids' cakes, but sometimes I'll use gum paste, especially when I need to make something hard. Another difference between gum paste and fondant is gum paste does not soak up color as well. It has more of a muted look, and it's really hard to paint color on. Fondant is really easy to paint color on, which I'm considering painting some black over the black here to make it really, really black. But fondant can be a lot more colorful, and gum paste is a little bit more muted. So anyway, there you have it, and here we go. We'll start baking the cake in a day or so, and we're gonna let these continue to harden and dry, and we'll go from there. Alright, there's our Steamboat Willie cake. I hope you like it. I like the way it turned out. And if you like my video, please hit the like button. And in the comments, please let me know what kind of cake you'd like me to make next. I've got some more cake tutorials and more to do, and I'd love to share them with you. So if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to make some more for you. So I'll see you in the next video.